How much did you pay the last time you got your teeth cleaned at the dentist? I bet it was a lot more than what I paid in this country. When I say this country, I am talking about Vietnam, specifically the city of Da Nang where I used to live for 2.5 years. But first things first, let's get a Grab taxi. I actually use Grab taxis to get around anywhere in Da Nang because honestly I don't like taking motorbikes in the cities of Vietnam. Not really a fan of the traffic here, so I just pull out my phone and I'm usually able to get a driver within a minute or two. By the way, guess how much the whole endeavor is gonna cost me? While I'm taking the taxi though, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Martin and I've been living all over Southeast Asia for the past 3.5 years, 2.5 of which I spent here in Da Nang, Vietnam. Before we continue, please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the Elite Kid channel, a channel about living abroad and exploring different cultures. Now, when you live abroad, when you live in a different country, of course, sooner or later, you're gonna face the need of going to the doctor. Especially if you're 40 plus, which, believe it or not, both me and my wife are. While I had varying experience with healthcare in Vietnam and actually prefer going to neighboring countries for basic healthcare, my experience with dental care, however, has been absolutely stellar, which is why I'm making this video. There are actually many dental clinics in Da Nang, but I'm going to my favorite, which is Dr. Bao. If you compare dental clinic ratings on Google in Da Nang, you'll see that Dr. Bao is actually one of the best ones, although most of them are really good. For example, I've also gone to the Picasso clinic here, and I've had a great experience here as well. So now we're here and this is how much the taxi cost me. Before you enter the building, you need to remove your shoes. This is actually very common in Vietnam. Before entering a clinic, a pharmacy, a tattoo salon, it is pretty much customary to remove your shoes. Here they do give you slippers that you can put on. Now, of course, it depends on the business, but this is a very common thing here, as in a lot of other countries in Asia. Prior to coming here, I made an appointment online, so they knew I was coming. I've been here before, so I didn't have to fill out any forms or anything. But if this is your first visit, they do give you a form where you fill out your personal information. After this, I sat down in the reception area, and as you can see, everything is very clean. They have this really trippy aquarium with a lot of fish. And another thing of note, as is also common in Vietnam, is this altar. Now, Vietnam has quite complex religious beliefs. I'm not quite sure what these altars are dedicated to. If you do know, please write a comment below. I would really appreciate it. Anyway, I waited for about 15 minutes and then I was taken upstairs. Now, another thing about Da Nang and Vietnam in general, a lot of businesses actually operate in just regular residential buildings converted for the purpose of that particular business. This goes for cafes, tattoo salons like I mentioned, coffee shops, private clinics, massage salons, etc. So this is a very common thing. However, it does not mean that the quality of services provided by the same businesses is any worse. In fact, as you can see, the equipment is quite modern, and again, like I said, it's all very clean and the staff is friendly and welcoming. This particular procedure was performed by a nurse. Unfortunately, she didn't let me film the procedure, but she did let me film the office and take a couple of pictures. The procedure itself was very smooth and thorough. She paid careful attention to my own sensations. Like, for example, I'm very sensitive to getting my teeth scraped with metal tools, so thankfully she went really easy on me. The whole entire procedure must have taken about 20 to 30 minutes or so. I thanked her and then I went back downstairs to make the payment. For payment, they do take cash or cards, or if you're connected with a Vietnamese banking system, you can pay by QR code, but everything was very fast. So this whole entire procedure cost only 300,000 dong, which is this much in dollars. And this was without any insurance whatsoever. I got another Grab taxi to get home, which cost me this much. And as you can see, the whole entire endeavor together with the transportation cost me this much. And dental care is not the only thing that's cheap in Vietnam. For example, check out this video on how much our rent was while we were living in this country. This is where we lived for most of the 2.5 years that I mentioned. I actually stayed in the same building this time because the landlord is a dear friend of mine. Well, when I got home, I suddenly realized that I forgot to do a dental checkup, which was something else that I wanted to do while I'm there. So I had to make another appointment. I made an appointment for next week, and this was a rather short visit because the only thing they did is take a bunch of pictures and pretty much tell me that there is nothing that they need to do because my teeth are fine, thankfully. Well, take a guess how much the dental checkup cost me. This is kind of the cherry on top because the dental checkup was absolutely free. Since there was nothing that needed to be done, the doctor actually didn't charge me at all. Imagine that in a Western country. I don't think I've ever had that that in the US. Anytime anybody does something, it costs money. Well, apparently here it was not so. I know some people think that just because you get your services done in a Western country, they are automatically better. Now, if for some reason you think that such low prices warrant bad quality, let me ask you something. What are you afraid of more? A $10 dentist visit or a $300 dentist visit? And yes, of course, there will be people in Vietnam who've had negative experiences at the dentist. However, if you compare many dental offices' Google ratings, you will see that there are people who've had negative experiences just about anywhere. As a matter of fact, I've had more negative experiences in the US where a dentist actually messed up my crowns, leading to a couple of teeth rotting inside them and falling out together with the said crown. So things can happen anywhere. But long story short, if you are looking for extensive dental care, Vietnam should be on your list of countries to get the procedure done. Because, well, depending on where you live, sometimes it could actually cost you less to travel to the country, get everything done, and go back. Or if you, like me, live in Southeast Asia, Vietnam is just a short flight away, and it's probably gonna cost you less to get things done in Vietnam than in Thailand or Malaysia. Now again, for regular healthcare, I actually prefer going to other countries like Malaysia, which I've done before, and I do have a video on getting a full medical checkup in Georgetown on the island of Penang, Malaysia. Check it out right here. The video contains what this checkup included. It was actually quite extensive, and of course how much it cost. If you know any other good destinations for medical or dental tourism, please write them in the comments. And if this video was useful to you, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel for a lot more videos on how to do stuff in different countries all over the world. Thank you very much for watching, and stay nomad.